Rated M for mature.
Don't let your kids watch it!
Ah, spoiler alert.
Hey there, Artie!
I'm Gas.
Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, everybody. Last time, we figured out, apparently Apollo may have died.
Yeah.
That's
R.I.P.
interesting.
We'll show
Anyhow.
up to his funeral later.
Yep.
That'll be the next episode.
Anyhow, we're continuing.
Apollo's funeral, and then someone else dies at his funeral.
The turnabout funeral.
Turnabout funeral.
Who would kill somebody at a funeral? That's just bad taste.
Someone truly despicable.
Yep. Alright. Off to the turnabout countdown again.
Okay.
Sorry, no investigation periods at all.
Oh,
We're back.
I'm
It's
sorry.
just straight to day 2 trial. December 18th, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning.
Oh yeah, her crush died.
The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise.
Oh, hey. Did you read the paper this morning, boss?
Huh? The paper? That came out of left field.
You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news! Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains.
Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena.
It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you better watch out, okay? Yikes.
I'd be bad at this too.
You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice. Huh? Oh, poor Apollo. And it's all my fault. Nina! Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry.
What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness.
That's good.
He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through.
Nice!
But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what is he wearing around it? Is that the thing from his
This?
game? The ring thing?
Yeah, that's his bracelet.
Oh, all I could think of was Sonic and the Secret 7 Rings.
No.
Unbelievable.
No such thing as an underwear machine, yeah. Is Miss Woods alright, Athena?
Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on the sofa over there.
I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo.
Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom.
Oh? Guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright?
Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who've studied analytical psychology are great at times at these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions too.
So here's something interesting. So she's smiling, beaming, like having the peace
Yup,
sign,
you
but look
can
at Widget.
see- Yeah, you can
She's
see
not
it.
happy
Yeah.
inside. Somehow, I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying that she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he?
Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in the courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to the fact that he was hit in the head.
Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels.
Oh yeah! when he got hit in the head with the fire,
The fire
extinguisher.
yeah.
But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Ugh, just wait until I get my hands on the coward who hurt Apollo!
Now, Athena. I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit I'm just as upset as you.
Okay, boss, you're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we've cleared Junie's name.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Now, let's see.
Yeah.
I better check the court record one more time before the trial starts.
Oh, you gotta call into the court right now.
If memory serves, when I have more than 6 pieces of evidence, I should be able to switch pages with this panel.
Earth to Mr. Right. I'm ready whenever you are.
But we only can hold 5 pieces of evidence per page, as opposed to like 10.
Yeah, that's kind of a bad... lady with the dumb lips.
Venus like she's 18 as well. How's she a lawyer at 18?
Did she do like dual
Oh,
enrollment?
Candace is only
school?
27. She looks older than that.
Candace looks like she's 40. I'm sorry.
It's a Manny Cochin. Ted Tony,
No,
he's
but Manny,
42.
Manny Cochin looks like he did drugs and is 40. The lady just looks like she's like a nice looking 40-year-old.
Fair enough. Yeah, she did not do any meth.
No.
All
I
right.
already said that.
All right. Let's get ready to rumble.
You bet.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Woo!
With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right, for Miss Woods' sake and Apollo's too.
Yeah. Gotta load.
December 18th, 9:50 a.m. District Court, Courtroom, number 5.
For a second, I thought it was gonna...
Day 2, court is now in session. All rise. Including the bread.
That's what I made a joke about. Please stand for our national anthem last time.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation since it was very lacking last time. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor. Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. It's not my fault. The Late movie was on and I couldn't miss it. There is a separate matter, however, that I would also like to bring up during this trial.
I was busy celebrating that the red monkey was down.
A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4. Uh-oh. Why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault.
Except she wasn't there, I thought.
She was there until she got called back to testify.
Yeah, but she wasn't there when the assault happened.
Well, they don't know when the assault happened. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. Ah, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. Courtroom number 4 diagram added to the court record. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Precisely. And so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
Junie would never do such a thing! She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that.
Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts. Ahem. It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Reason being, I didn't study anything more about the courtroom bombing, so this is what we're gonna do. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, considering our conversation yesterday...
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Wonder what it was.
He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper.
Maybe the two incidents really are related after all.
I think what happened was he was like, ooh, I'm gonna find some evidence, and then he found evidence. I think he found the remote. Mr. Bomberman came by. Bam!
Bomberman killed him.
Well, bam! Well, he didn't kill him,
No,
he just
but,
knocked
like,
him out, and then took the remote. Because the remote was finally discovered.
I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well. Bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. You bet, Your Honor.
Oh boy. Poor girl, jeez. I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop. Time to do her thing.
Sunflower to the rescue, Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo.
This is a bad 2 days.
Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Good, good. If you would, then please testify about what happened to the court. Witness testimony.
Bam.
Alone with Apollo. Oh yeah, let's hear about it.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom ruins together. Romantically.
Yeah.
But then I was called to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in the courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo! Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. Wow!
He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too.
I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins?
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Something? What kind of something?
Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think.
Oh ho! New evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed. Oh man, what a guy! What a great guy!
Whoa, what a pro. Oh, I hope that they do the confetti thing when we win a case.
Oh, yeah.
I hope they do that. I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence though while I was called away.
Marty, what makes you think we're gonna win any cases in this game?
We just switched to the prosecutor's side last minute, and then we win as Winston Payne. Or
Gasping.
Gaspin Payne.
Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence.
No! I never...
Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof of her foul deed right here in the courtroom ruins. Oh look, he wrote Woods. $10 says he didn't actually write that.
Also, I thought Apollo was left-handed again. I'm serious.
The killers are really bad.
I thought he was left-handed in the previous game.
The killers are so bad, like they always make them write it with the wrong hand. Always.
Always.
What on earth? Do you see it? There in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. Witness the message he left us. It's written in blood. W-O-O-G-S? Why isn't that? That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters.
What?
I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. Apollo's assault photo added to the court record. Oh boy.
No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this?
Hey, don't take it out on me! I don't understand it any more than you do! When we discovered Apollo yesterday... Apollo!
Apollo's the lefty. There's no way. No. Ah!
We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena's scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Cross-examination.
I think we have the double whammy of he fell unconscious immediately, couldn't write, and also Apollo's left-handed. It's Maggie Bird all over
triple
again.
whammy along with Apollo. He fell, broke his spine, which paralyzed him, and then he wrote the right message. But then he spelled his girlfriend's name wrong. During the coughing fit. Hold it! Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly. But that barely even qualified as a quasi-question.
Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff.
Her crushes? Really? I don't know about this. I think we all know it's the guy who she was knitting hearts for.
Yeah.
Miss Woods, you're under oath. What guys do you have crushes on? That's not okay.
No.
Why exactly did you go into the courtroom ruins?
We went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing.
Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4?
I dropped it in the heat of the moment.
It was actually inside her rhinoceros.
Yeah. Thumb Rep Riney, he was keeping my
I was
medicine safe
joking!
for me.
I was joking! I actually
You've also
forgot
played
about
the
that.
game.
I forgot about that,
Oh,
though.
okay. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, just like the president's rhino thing from Edward II.
The Mozilla.
Yeah,
like,
Mozilla, yeah.
And I can also record people's voices. And Phony Fanty has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted.
I want to put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bum Rap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Riney in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all of his injuries. Apollo's so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest.
The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Great joke. Oh, wait.
I got it now.
Huh. So that's why you went to the ruins, I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Woods.
Apollo started looking for Bum Rap Riney near the witness stand where there was no rubble. I can't believe they didn't block off the room.
The area around the witness stand? Are you sure about that?
I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
No, of course not.
Oh,
I
man.
was just testing my hearing.
The Phoenix Wright smile in 3D.
It's interesting to see how they, like, kind of brought back the 2D sprites in the 3D models. Must not upset her. Must not upset her.
Oh, yes, I'm sure that's where we searched first. But then I was called back to the courtroom to give testimony.
That was when you were called to the stand after Mr. Tonate's testimony, right?
Yes. The bailiff came to the courtroom number 4 and brought me back to this courtroom.
And what about Mr. Justice? Did he come with you or did he stay behind?
He stayed behind. I'm very sleepy for some
Yeah,
reason.
you keep yawning all the time. I better not
Oh,
ask her
wow.
about Apollo. I know! I'll use some small talk here to get her to relax a bit. Do you have any hobbies, Miss Woods?
Hobbies? Oh, well, I love growing vegetables in my garden. And I love to knit. I like sewing, too. I made this outfit myself.
Dang.
Good job.
Dang.
I love
She's
it.
Great.
Keep it up, Mr. Wright. It's working.
Best girl.
Now, ask her if she has a crush on anyone.
Ahem.
Oh, no.
So, is there anyone in particular you like right now? Mr. Wright, is that question even remotely related to this case?
Actually, yes.
To this case? Not really? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking questions unrelated to the case at hand.
No, but if she had the
Sorry,
crush on
Your
Apollo,
Honor.
she wouldn't want to hit him.
-1 to brownie points. Miss Woods, please continue with your testimony. I believe you were telling the court about your attack on Mr. Justice.
I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So, you think Mr. Justice is kind?
Yes, very kind. He rescued me.
He's nice. He's in a band.
Band. He's like the sun, strong and warm. He makes me feel strong too.
The only adjectives I associate with the sun are sweltering and oppressive. Wow.
Well, jeez. But then Apollo got hurt and it's all my fault! Junie, Apollo's gonna be fine. He's just like the sun, right? Well, the sun doesn't just drop out of the sky. You really think he'll be fine?
But the sun does go down at night.
Shut up! And that means Apollo could!
Mr. Payne, I do not think much of men who make young ladies cry.
Clearly.
Yeah!
So, Apollo was trying to help Juniper. Who knew that Apollo could be such a sweetheart?
Must have been pretty hard on him, too, well, with all that rubble everywhere.
Now that I think about it, there's something odd about what Apollo was able to do.
You know, considering what Miss Woods just said now, I think you're right. The courtroom was in a very unusual state, after all. Which leaves the million-dollar question. What would explain this contradiction? Anyway, let's see what happens when I present what I suspect is our answer. I'm pretty sure that right there is like a big piece of rubble.
Okay.
Objection!
It didn't look like it.
So he started his search with the witness stand, you say?
That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave and strong.
But that's odd. Under these circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that.
But he was, and he still is.
He's very capable.
He might not look it, but he really is brave and kind too.
No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo! What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Wright.
Oh my gosh, Judge. The judge does get dumber with each game.
Yeah, true. Anyone can be brave and kind, but if you could please take a look at the diagram. With the courtroom in this state, how is it possible to walk up to the witness stand?
Oh!
I see your point. The rubble blocks off the access to that area around the witness stand. Huh. Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter?
Yes.
Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. Great, now I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know.
Don't make a mountain
Out
out of a molehill.
Don't make
A mountain out of a molehill.
But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander, Your Honor! So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy just from this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene? Let me see, Your Honor. Ah, yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled-back version of the photo I presented here. Apollo's assault photo updated in the court record. Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne, is this metallic object in the photo Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there some problem? Oh yes, that transport case was there from courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since.
Oh, that's it!
Miss Woods, have you remembered something?
Yes! I just realized. Its position. It's different from before.
Its position? The position of what?
The position of that big metal thing.
The bomb transport case?
Yes! When Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand.
I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it?
As I recall, I think it was more to the right.
To the right? Then that means... In that case, the case was over there
there
at the time of Apollo's attack? Who cares where the transport case was when? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what we were talking about.
Objection!
Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear. What? Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. Alright, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack.
It's right over Woods.
Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's... Inconceivable! Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it?
Yes, that's where it was.
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing. Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying.
Objection!
The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Woods' testimony alone. What? And where is this proof you're talking about? It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in the photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault?
Well... Oh, the tracks, duh.
And specifically, the tracks are going over Apollo's bandages.
Oh, I didn't even notice that part.
Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. What? Just as Miss Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No!
Dang, we weren't even going for the whole he couldn't have / left hand thing. You did it, boss! It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off!
Yep. That should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. I was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that!
Boss! I'm sensing a definitive smug and braggy vibe coming off of you.
I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did? Huh?
What?
Oh! Well, looks like I should have taken that train of thought through to the last station. Well, I've heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it? Everybody knows it.
His brother told him great detail about it.
Oh, this feeling, it brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin.
Gee, Mr. Wright, that judge kind of makes you sound no better than a 2-bit con man.
Con man. You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence. Hey, until the judge asked the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster. Athena.
Sorry. What now, boss?
Hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner. Think, Phoenix, think! There must be a way through this.
Epic zoom in.
I have to dig my way to the truth somehow. Who could have written that message in blood? The culprit, Apollo, or someone else?
Someone else, obviously.
If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left the bloody message?
Oh, you just picked the person?
Yeah.
Athena. No, I'm kidding. The dead person. No, keep going. Yeah. Yeah, because he wasn't there and nobody knows where he went.
So you're saying it was him?
Yeah.
This person left the bloody writing? And what do you base this claim on? Oh, that's right, no safe states if we do this.
Ooh.
Do I really need to base my claim on something?
Boss!
Of course you do! Don't tell me you don't have anything at all to back up your assertion.
But it made sense, we didn't know where he was.
Nothing in particular, really. That won't do, Mr. Wright, but a penalty will make up for your deficiency very nicely.
Oh no, the dreaded penalty bar. So it wasn't Apollo or his attacker. When you think about who it was at the crime scene, there's only one other person who it really could have been.
Oh yeah! Wasn't there another person who shed blood at the crime scene? If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left it?
A weird lady?
To be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this. But I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at the crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean... Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Arm who left behind this message in blood. What?
But then we're back to square one. What? Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're doing here?
Not really. What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left the message to throw people off, it might have made sense. At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message. Uh-oh. Ah, I see. Even this photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. And Mr. Justice did survive. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case. But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There's no connection between the two whatsoever.
And I didn't even know the lady who I killed. Bleh.
I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. They had never even met each other. That's
Very true.
very true. Well then, let's see. Then maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. The intended meaning?
Not what it appears to be.
Like maybe the message was not intended to be woods.
Bleh. So it would be S-D-O-O-W. Stow.
Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have some other meaning? Yes, Your Honor.
Woods. Who opened... Ooh... Dem. What's the name
Just
of the
meant to say DS. I can't wait for the DS to come out.
This is after the DS came out.
For something I pulled out of a wormhole, it could turn out to be true, right?
No.
Humph! It clearly says woods, as anyone can plainly see. Whatever meaning could it possibly have? But Candace Arm was the detective. Maybe woods only means something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example. I didn't think of that.
Actually, it could be the thing on the side of
The transport case?
Yeah.
Heh, you may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a fame for studying on the weekends, as you may have already guessed. And there is no such radio code as woods in this state, dear Mr. Wright. Is that a fact?
Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes.
Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defense's new theory. But if they can't substantiate it with anything, I must end things here. No! Please wait, Your Honor. Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing? Well, I believe it's... And no stalling! If you can't come up with an answer quickly, I will declare this discussion officially over. I'm in trouble now.
So we have like 5 seconds.
Whatever meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language? Or maybe it's a code? Think, Phoenix. You can do this. Which piece of evidence will tell us what the word woods really means? So you said it was on the bomb transport case?
No, I guess not.
It does have the 2 O's in a row.
It does. I thought that the dude had said something about, like, this is my code, blah, 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 blah. What else would it be? Let's eliminate what other things it couldn't be. It's not going to be the diagram. It's not going to be the assault photo, right?
It's not going to be the attorney. It's actually the number of our attorney's badge.
Can we look at the details?
So that's just her dead body.
She didn't have time to write, right?
We don't really know if she survived.
Okay. What about the guilty bomb? 3000 HH3000 bomb.
Yep.
Woods. Okay. What about the animal? Wait. Can we examine the remote?
No.
Aw, I can't tell if it says anything on it then. It's probably the case, but I don't know why.
The bomb transport case? I've had it about up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Does this string look vaguely familiar? L100? What does that have to do with anything? What could those numbers possibly have to do with this case at hand? Now please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo.
Oh, I think I see it.
That a girl? That's one on my side. It says woods. Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W, it's actually an L and a 1. The next 2 are zeros. Oh, my goodness! The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Miss Woods' name. It's the number engraved on this bomb transport case. What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense! The next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says D. But the number on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. Erase 1 line, erase 2 lines, or read it backwards.
Oh? What?
So how can we make that say LL001?
I guess it would be... What? Okay.
Please erase the furrowed downward stroke of the W and the curved part of the D. Dog just woke up.
Dog just woke up, yep. And then that would look right.
Well, would you look at that?
Would you look at that? We got a dog in our presence. What you need, bud?
You want to say hi to the internet?
Say hi to the internet, buddy. This is not our dog. This is a dog I'm dog sitting.
Well, would you look at that? LLOOIS? No, Your Honor, it isn't meant to be read as a word. It's the number L10015, which, if you take away the final R, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case. Huh. Erase 2 lines and they match up, you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing 2 lines. What if we erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy as Mr. Right? Well, would you, Mr. Right? The only right spelling is right. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people. What? The original message Detective Arm left behind was the transport case number. But whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message.
If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us?
Good question. What does this number represent?
Do you see this number here? That is my identification number.
Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose. No! To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing.
I'm glad Mr. Payne decided to distract and go this way.
Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than...
I mean, it's so obvious. A monkey could do it.
The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of the courtroom bombing. Ted Tonate? Apparently, disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. Somehow, the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for the crime. Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name? He's got a good point there. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? That only Detective Arm would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm didn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of that moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other.
Or maybe using their ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit, thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing.
But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains, she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number. It's amazing how the ID number matches up with Miss Juniper's English name, and how they would have to do that for every language.
Yeah.
Now, just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. If Detective Arm had left the message, it should have already been found at that time. Naturally, Mr. Tonate hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so. What? Mr. Tonate was able to cover the message up because he's a stickler for details, the first to find the body wearing those weird goggles.
Did it say who the first person was that found the body?
He found the body
He found
first.
the body? Well, then there you go.
The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tonate himself.
I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body.
When Mr. Tonate saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure.
Oh, so that's why the message in blood was underneath the transport case.
He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Tonate used them in another incident. Oh! The assault on Mr. Justice! Exactly. Mr. Tonate hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it. By adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Arm left behind. He
That's
changed
awesome.
the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack.
So that means...
The only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Tonate.
Meanwhile, the girl on the stand's like, can I go now?
Order in the court! Order, I say! It looks like we will have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Tonate take the witness stand. Oh, yes, Your Honor.
That was great, Mr. Wright.
Just doing what I do best, which is flying by the seat of my pants.
Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try.
I've finally drawn Mr. Tonate back onto the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart. Oh, I thought there was going to be continued.
For a sec, too, I also thought that.
Alright, well, that's where we're going to end the video for today.
With just ...
We have
ellipsis. ...
Thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in next time. We'll be cross-examining Ted Tonate again. I bet we have 2 more episodes, probably, of the first case.
Oh, really? Okay.
One, or one really big one.
Dang. The first case of the first game could be completed in 15 minutes.
Technically. Yeah.
Or about that
This
much
is still not as
in
long
this
as
one.
the president's plane, though.
I guess not, no.
Anyhow, thanks for watching. Tune in next time. It's going to be fun until we meet again, my friends. Have a great day, and God bless.